Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this broadcast brought to you on Heflatv 2. We've got some joinDOTA America Premier Division action here between the two Peruvian teams, the All-Peru Showdown Union Gaming versus Revenge. I'm not alone for this one. I'm joined by my good buddy, Roxas. How are you doing, friend?
I'm doing well. I got a job today, so that's nice.
Nice.
And I got to play an anti-mage game, and I love that hero. But we still lost, so I'm sad.
The times they are terrible, and well, looking at these two teams coming in, the joinDOTA League America was delayed a bit in how far it's gone. A lot of the other divisions have played more just because of the TI4 qualifiers. Theirs was first, and then these two teams have had some roster issues as well. They've shuffled players back and forth before and after the qualifiers, so not really sure where we stand as far as those rosters are concerned. Both teams don't have a win yet, but they've only played 3 total matches in the league, so they're doing okay. They both lost to SNA, one lost to NAR. No surprise there, but the first big chance for both teams to pick up a win here.
Yep, absolutely. And Revenge, I would already favor them just based on the fact that they get pretty much the best hero in the patch. I think most people would agree. They go ahead and first pick a Mirana.
Yeah, it's versatile, goes pretty much anywhere except, well, it does go as support, but now Fear is saying that's the most game-losing hero that's not Viper, is support Mirana, so officially worthless support. Well,
he clearly has never played Omni Knight.
Well, that actually gets picked, I would imagine, is what he means. But anyway, yeah, we do see the Mirana, very versatile, can go in pretty much any core role. We don't see it often mid, but off-lane potential, aggressive tri-lane, defensive tri-lane, dual lanes, all over the place. But Union Gaming, they deny the Shadow Demon along with it. Got another pick here as well. One day they might make that pick, but who knows? They might not.
I don't know. They could pick up. Wow, they could just leave the game and forfeit. Is that what you're giving me?
I mean,
they could probably pick up a second support here. Usually, you don't want to reveal if you're going to pick up a second support with Shadow Demon just because there are so many of them. They can't really all be banned out. Most people would pick a core here, and Shadow Demon's like one of those interesting heroes that is so versatile that it's almost kind of a curse and a blessing. Because there's not really an obvious choice, but he's just so good with anyone, except Mirana, of course. So you can't just say, "Oh, well, we're gonna pick up Tiny," and there's no way you can really counter it. So
still in the pool. I'll be damned.
Actually, yeah, that's actually really smart because Shadow Demon's also incredible against Batrider, so they don't have to play against it.
Yeah, we didn't really talk about the bans because we're too busy. I was too busy rambling about the teams in particular, but the Lycan and Triad bans, something you see pretty often, but the Sand King ban and Coddle ban first phase leaves a lot of heroes in the pool, so the Batrider goes to Union Gaming, and Revenge goes for the Naga Siren, so a much maligned hero sometimes. People don't like to watch Naga Siren Dota all the time, but it's still effective, still wins games.
I think that it's actually kind of ballsy to be picking it into what Union Gaming has on the field. Both of these heroes are very good against Naga Siren at different stages of the game. Around the 10-minute mark or so, that's if a bat is having an okay time and he's farmed the jungle semi-efficiently, around 10 to 11 minutes is when he should have Tranquil Boots and a Blink Dagger, which is the word go for him. And that means, Naga Siren's not going to have a Radiance by 10 minutes. She probably won't even have a Relic. She'll still be pretty vulnerable. She'll have level 1 Song, which is a ridiculously long cooldown. And Batrider can be very active on her very early on before she gets her core items. And then later on in the game, whenever she gets something like a Diffusal Blade, like a Heart, and still has that Radiance, Shadow Demon can disrupt one of those illusions in the fights, and that advantage is turned during the fights. It also helps you push out lanes really easily. So, barring the laning phase, I think this Naga Siren is actually going to have a pretty tough time.
Yeah, I'll have to see. I mean, if they get a good start and she gets a really fast Radiance, then sometimes it doesn't necessarily matter, and we'll see what the Mirana gets paired with too. So if she also gets off to a good start, can certainly help the Naga out in some of that. And bans so far, we see the Bane ban, so they already have the Shadow Demon. They banned the Bane out for the Mirana combinations, so the two ones you normally think of for arrow combos are gone, and then Weaver and AA banned so far for Revenge, so they both need a support. AA goes pretty well with Shadow Demon, and Weaver goes well with AA, so they just banned both of them, because why not? I don't know.
I think that AA works really well with Batrider too, just because in any gank you also have an Ice Blast, and it's really hard to not shatter when you're having to walk through Firefly. Plus, also, I don't know, I think Weaver can... Okay, that's even better. So, I was going to say, Weaver, despite people saying he really needs a Lincoln Sphere and a damage item to come online, he can come online really well in the laning phase. So, they were really worried about that aggressive carry that can also do really well with farm. But the Slark, very aggressive pickup, and I actually like that a lot.
Yeah, Slark's a hero that actually Iwo played a lot when Union Gaming was in the qualifiers, and I'm trying to remember if Benjaz played it for Revenge then, but I'm having a hard time remembering that. I know Benjaz played a lot of Weaver, so Revenge knows that, so they banned that hero. I think that's a carry he saw the most action on in that tournament. So these two teams do know each other pretty damn well, so if we see some interesting bans, it's probably because they know better than we do, especially when it comes to the Peruvian scene. And these two, like I said, these teams have swapped players back and forth over the last couple of weeks, so like it's not like they just know the teams, they know each other because they've been on the same team like back and forth. It's very confusing, so especially for Revenge right now, Union Gaming, other than Benjaz, has the same lineup they did at TI4 qualifiers, but Revenge, the way they're tagged up, I have no idea. Masoku's the only name I recognize for sure that was on it. Iwo was there for Union Gaming, but these other three I am not sure about.
Well, if we're going to talk about the other pick, Revenge did pick up an Invoker right away, which means that you're kind of forced to either go an aggressive tri-lane or you're running a support Mirana or a support Naga. I mean, support Invoker is not a thing. So I think in retrospect, Revenge can call a bit of a lateral on their draft and run a support Naga. It's not the best, but it's still quite strong. I think it's not the same as like TI3 EGM support Naga. But if they really don't think they can get away with like a solo safe lane Naga or a solo safe lane Invoker, then they can just transition them into the support area. But Union Gaming, I really like what they're doing. Very, very aggressive, and they pick up another really aggressive support in the Wraith King.
They have a ridiculously aggressive lineup as far as single target pickoffs go. The Slark and the Bat Rider, two of the best heroes, are just singling someone out and helping just take them down. Disruption on top of that, Soul Catcher, and then Wraith King stun makes it even more difficult to really stay alive. And Revenge, they want to like be farming separately a bit, especially with the Naga Siren and Invoker. If he goes Quas Exort, will want his own area, so they could find themselves alone a lot of the times. We'll have to see if they could find those solo pickoffs. They do take up a Rubik as well, just nice solid support to go with these heroes. It's a decent setup for Mirana. It's like a second tier setup. Lift into arrows pretty decent as far as, I mean, it's just a single target disable, grab them, and you have some time to work with to launch the arrow. So
wouldn't it be funny if you could seal Reincarnation?
That'd be ridiculous and also awesome.
The other thing about Rubik too is that Revenge has picked a late game strategy, and Rubik is one of the few supports that scales very well into the late game. So I think that's also a very good reason to pick. Centaur going to be banned out from Revenge. They really are scared of that aggression. And Tidehunter going to be banned out from Union Gaming. It would be a support Tidehunter, so not as good, but still the combo with the Naga Sirens, and as well as all the Invoker combos, the Meatball Deafening Blast. It's really difficult to deal with, so they're banning that out. But Union Gaming, they're going to go ahead and pick up the mid TA.
They just love single target damage. Jesus Christ. This
is really good because TA kind of craps on Naga or Invoker mid, especially Invoker. I guess I don't exactly have to go into the reason why, because we have another pick coming up. But the thing is, Revenge, they don't have a whole lot left on the table to really counter this TA besides, I think, a Venomancer. But still, even with a Venom, he's quite squishy. He does a lot of damage, but I think he can still be susceptible to being blown up by every hero on Union Gaming's board.
And they go for a different counter, so it looks like it actually will be... Well, it's either support Mirana or support Naga. I like support Naga a little bit better. They're both not typical support heroes in this meta, that's for sure. So we'll have to see what they decide to do. Both Mirana's more of a roaming support. I mean, Naga can too, but she doesn't have the power of arrow. But they kind of do similar-ish things. They both have a little bit of burst damage. They both could work. I
like Naga support so much more than Mirana support.
It's Naga support. I think I'm with you on that, and it will be a Naga because Masoku is indeed the floor player. So he'll be taking that up. And the Viper is the TA counter that we're looking for. And Ivo's playing it, so he's the hard carry, but we'll see how they decide to lane it, because they do have 3 heroes that technically could take solo lanes, but I reckon the Mirana is the best tri-lane hero, but it's hard to really call what Revenge wants to do with this.
They can run aggressive. The only problem with running aggressive with both Naga and Rubik is, I think you and I have actually experienced this, Kyle, is this: you have a lot of setup, but you really just don't have a lot of damage.
Yeah, you need the levels very badly, because Rubik... Fade Bolt is actually pretty nice, but level 1's not that great. Level 3 and level 4 are a nice spot of damage there with Fade Bolt, and Riptide is.
The mana cost is so high though on all of those nukes.
Yeah, you really can't afford to go for a kill until you have like level 2 Fade Bolt at least, which is delaying it quite a bit, especially if you go in an aggressive tri lane. You really don't have the chance to find pulls.
They will
for
though.
the most part, but we'll see. They are going to go aggressive, and looking at the heroes, I mean, Shadow Demon's pretty squishy, but he has disruption going for him. But well, there also looks like they want to go aggressive too, but there's a Bat Rider down here.
No, I think they're just going to be warding, and trying to find out the lanes. I think that they're going to try to dodge this TA versus Viper matchup because, well, I guess we can talk about that in a little bit, but the reason I wanted to mention that they're going to be able to get away with this aggressive tri lane is just being able to pull. I think that Rubik and Naga are going to be able to get the levels that they need to just because of this camp. Oh, actually, they're going to be pulling the sneaky ones here. They're going to be hiding the supports. Bat Rider already fire flew over the trees. 30 seconds. They're going to be able to do it. So
fire flew.
Fire flew. All right,
I get why you said that, but it just sounds ridiculous. There's really no way.
Let's go ahead and introduce the teams.
Yeah.
So on the side of Union Gaming, we're going to have Ben Yaz on the Slark in the safe lane. On the Templar Assassin, we're going to have Siderall. Going in the off lane currently as the Bat Rider, it's going to be Angel. And the 2 supports, we're going to have Zenrals on the Wraith King and Jericho on the Shadow Demon.
Oh, as my overlay was up still, but I realized it eventually, so
don't worry, you're fine.
Don't picnic, boys. On the Invoker for Revenge, we have Ifrit. Mid lane, Viper going to be played by Iwo. On the in the aggressive tri lane, support Rubik can be played by Cloister, and the tri lane be rounded up by 759 on Mirana and Masoku on the support Naga Siren.
So as these lanes shape up, ooh.
More pauses. Wouldn't be Peruvian Dota without pauses.
Oh, it's just Dota at all.
Well, that too. Also, well, I don't know. Also, actually, well, it's always going to be better than SEA Dota. But well, if anyone's been watching Heflatv 1 recently, with me and Hefla doing casts, every time there's been like at least 20 minutes of pauses and just huge delays in lobbies, and apparently it's all my fault. So I apologize. I'm the reason for the pauses.
Yeah, that is you.
Sorry, boys.
So, speaking about this laning phase, do you think that... I mean, I doubt the supports are going to stay down here.
They can roam pretty aggressively, especially once Shadow Demon gets 2 and Soul Catcher, because Wraith King, I mean, just a nice...
Ifrit knows that something's up, because he knows that there are no supports. By the way, top lane... never mind.
It's hard to get this kill, because he's gone... Well, he hasn't leveled any of his orbs yet, so he can go Quas if he needs to survive. But right now, he's not getting last hits, so a little minor victory there. But yeah, you're right. He definitely smells something up. Can he see Wraith King?
He can't see. He just knows that there's no one else on the map.
Yeah, now he knows, for sure.
Yeah, easy. He levels up Quas so that he can have the regen. And yeah, gank avoided. Pretty good.
So these parts will leave at some point, so they've kind of wasted their time. They may want to hang around somewhere and get that level 2 on Shadow Demon, but they're just going to go ahead and peace out. Maybe? Nope, they're going for the old wraparound. Who am I kidding? Never give up.
But, I mean, Invoker's already level 2. He has Cold Snap now. I don't think they can dive under the tower. They're going to try, though. Angel, he goes ahead and Fireflies. There's a disruption. The Wraithfire Blast is going to follow Ifrit. He hasn't used the Cold Snap yet, but there's a TP in. We're going to get return kills. There's a Telekinesis from the Rubik, but the First Blood still going to be going the way of Angel and Cloister. Wow, this is ridiculous. They get a double kill before they go down under the tower. Invoker's going to TP back in, and Wraith King dies in the tower.
Might be screwed here.
Yeah, there's going to be a Cold Snap in 1 second. He's got the range. Easy. The creep gets him.
So, well, they find First Blood, so that's good, and the double kill. They do lose 2 in the meantime, but they force the Rubik teleport, and then he dies. So that's pretty good for them. And Sark, I hear that's able to get enough XP top lane. Like, he's checking out his level really quickly. Yeah, he's got level 2 up here, so he's in 2 upside. Oh, Disruption, and Soul Catcher as well. Pounce immediately, nicely timed, stopping the leap as well. Damage following
Poison will kill her.
Last hit, yeah. Masoku, pretty high armor, so he'll make it out just fine, more likely than not. So that was not a kill you might think you would get right off the bat, but a really nice play from the Shadow Demon, who hasn't even gone Soul Catcher yet. 2 points in poison.
That's very, very aggressive to get those points in poison. As expected, also in the mid lane, Viper is just absolutely crapping on TA. I'm surprised. She's actually doing a lot better than I thought she would.
She's actually not getting completely wrecked.
I mean, she's having a really hard time, but she's just been able to bottle Crow, and because she had that pool to regen, only 2 branches, she got the bottle pretty early. But it's just going to get much harder as Viper now starts leveling up poison attack, because each of those instances, just one hit actually takes off a fraction. Also, Cloyster, he's top with an Invis Rune. He throws a telekinesis out on Jericho. But the Fade Bolt's there. Masuko, he gets pounced on though, and Benyaz, there are 2 stacks Shadow Poison on 3 now, and that's going to be it. And now Wraithing comes in. He throws the stun out on the Cloyster. Cloyster's going to be right-click down. 1 stack of Shadow Poison, but they can't dive the tower.
Yep, and, well, this Shadow Poison, it seems a bit weird, but doing a lot of damage, and once he gets level 4, he probably will get Soul Catcher as well.
Bottom lane, Ifrit has 5 stacks of Napalm on him. One more right-click actually got him. So that's what happens when you 1v1 against the Bat Rider. As soon as you hit about 5 Napalm stacks, he can just decide to kill you.
Yep, and yeah, he has level 2 in it too, so a decent bit of extra damage from that Napalm, and he was pretty damn low, so Invoker almost got the turn there, but, I mean, he's low now, but his Tranquils are back online in 4 seconds, and then he'll just heal right back up and just back to laning, so a really nice find for him in the bottom lane.
Overall, I think these lanes are shaping up to favor UG. If for nothing else, of course they're winning bottom lane and top is relatively even, but it's the fact that I think that Ciderall needed to be shut down a lot harder against this Viper. Like, being only 7 last hits behind is absolutely remarkable, because this hero should not have any success in this matchup.
Yep, and, well, Viper's has only hero that's really kind of actually doing okay in his lane, / winning, so he's going to be the one...
He's kind of set up for success, though, not to, like, discredit him, but...
Yeah, no,
yeah,
exactly, but, like, he's got to make things happen with the little leads gain in this lane. Oh, bottom lane, gonna see a disruption onto the Invoker, and Firefly once again, no Soul Catcher still, but Poison stacking up on him as well. That's 2
they have a
stacks of
Sentry
Poison.
Ward.
That's 3 stacks of Napalm. He tried he did turn the Poison off. He should find this, yeah.
Wait, how did they still see him?
I don't know if maybe he Ghost Walked and he must have used
the Sentry Ward ends like right here.
He must have used an ability or something. I don't think he was invisible at the end.
No, he was totally Ghost Walked.
They definitely right-clicked him. They saw him. Like that, he died.
Maybe he accidentally hit one of his orbs, because that brings you out of Ghost Walk. Yeah. Wow. Union Gaming being very active and it paying off, and also Viper, instead of going for the early mech, I think you were talking about prioritizing capitalizing his lead in his lane. He went for a bottle instead, which just shows that he's going to be a lot more aggressive instead of doing the I'm going to farm a quick mech and then we fight at 10 minutes. He wants to fight now and get room control.
Yeah, he's been when you're going for the poison attack and you're actually spamming that ability. Most times you don't use it for all these attacks on the enemy hero, and yeah, he's going for the Viper Strike. Actually, can he actually finish this kill off? A ton of damage.
He has a Melody and doesn't have detection.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, he has a Sentry Ward. It's going to be turned around. Jericho, he comes in with the disruption, and there's the Melt Strike, 2 stacks of poison, and the Viper Illusions are actually just wrecking him. 1 more stack of poison should get him. Ciderall, he's going to back up. No, he's bottling up as well, but he's out, and TA with 1 last Melt Strike.
Poison damage will kill Shadow Demon, though, and yeah, he ran out of mana for another stack of poison, so he couldn't throw that at him to get that kill and keep himself alive. But, I mean, they killed the Viper, they trade away the Shadow Demon. That's not the worst thing in the world for them. They gotta be pretty happy with that. And everywhere the Shadow Demon goes, he finds kills, man.
Dude, I love this hero.
He's doing it.
According to that one person we know, he's a really bad hero because he has a low win rate in pubs. Alright, sorry.
Did I say that?
No. Oh. Don't worry about it. But they're actually going to be investing a lot in this TA, as she is going to be going in for a Hand of Midas. There's a pause. But Slark, Benyaz only has 13 last hits, which is, pretty decent when you're getting aggressive tri-land against. But they're just going to count on him to do something like maybe go Shadow Blade, something like maybe an Orchid, not really go super carry items, but necessarily just be really active on the map and try to just make space. And TA is going to be the real carry here, which kind of surprises me a bit.
All I gotta say is that Union's probably pretty happy that their current carry player is not maxing Essence Shift first, like Iwo did during the TI4 qualifiers, which just never really made sense. But yeah, he's gone for Pounce Max like a normal person, so no crazy stuff here.
It's like that feeling in a pub game when you're playing with like a Juggernaut or a CK, and they get crit at level 2, and you're like, we've lost.
Dude, oh my god, crit! No, you need that damage output. It's ridiculous,
I mean, the worst part about that, just if we're speaking practically, is when you get an accidental crit on a creep, and then you miss a last hit. You didn't plan on it.
It's not reliable.
I know, man.
It's the way of the world. Sometimes that just happens.
It's like, so you know how when a range creep... Alright, never mind. There's going to be a go. There was a ping down bottom lane, so Ifrit, he might be in trouble. There's still the sentry ward here. Hasterin going to be grabbed by Viper. He's actually going to be going for side roll here. He doesn't have detection, though, so TA can just meld.
Yep. And, well, top lane, Jericho coming forward, can look for the disruption. Actually, just Soul Catchers first. They're not going to bother with the disruption. They're just going to go on this guy. Arrow's missing completely, but there's so many Nagas now. Who do you attack? Just put Shadow Poison on all of them. It's fine. But
don't worry about it. She has 6 armor.
More illusions. Oh my god, this is so confusing.
The pounce is there, and one more right click's going to be able to clean them off. Also, why did Revenge glyph?
I don't know, man.
All of their lanes were like here, here, well not there, but here and here, and they glyphed.
Dude, you just want to be, don't want to be too, you can never be too careful, Travis. That's all I
mean, it's their glyphs on cooldown. This is bad.
Yep. Well, Ciderall taking a lot of damage, but Sentry dropped it. Just gonna get goodbye, Sentry. He had a good run. And now the support's coming mid. Trap is deployed, and now she's out of mana, unfortunately, so no Meld Strike here. But here comes Shadow Demon and Wraith King anyway. But they're both pretty low. That was, okay, Jared.
That was
right, buddy. Oh.
He's gonna just die after disruption.
Yes, he certainly is. He will go down. Ward is dropped on the high ground. Yeah, running in at both the sports at half health, just run up to the
bottom
tower.
Lane, Ifrit's in trouble. He has the 5 stacks. Dead.
Sometimes you just gotta get 5 stacks on you. Sometimes I don't know.
It's just really greedy. I know exactly how it feels too. When you're just 1v1ing against a Bat Rider, you get some napalm stacks on you. You're like, but I need to get these last hits, but he can just spam it on you from so far away. The range on napalm is pretty ridiculous, actually, considering Bat Rider's attack range. So it's really tough to not get greedy with that. Arrow to fly. Gonna be looking for Wraith King. Not gonna be able to hit him. So
Wraith King's just chilling in the river, man. He's fine.
Breaking down this laning phase, UG, they're winning all their lanes. Their net worth on all their cores is topping the charts, and their supports are doing pretty well as well, especially in their levels. So I definitely favor them.
Yeah.
Lanaya activated a DD, going to be going on Masaku, and TA
confusion time.
Fuses. One of them stuck, but anyway, the Wraithfire Blast. Now they know which one it is. Meld Strike's going to be there as well, and TA with a DD.
Pounce.
There's a trap. Pounce. Now you're stuck.
Oh no, Benches.
Wraithfire. It's okay. He's an experienced trainer.
Dude,
it's fine.
Dude. If this was Iwo and TI4, he's stuck up there for 20 goddamn seconds. But at least this guy max pounce, so he can get off in like 6. It's fine. It's fine. But yeah, no,
there's a purge.
No.
She still has the DD. One more hit with the wand can be able to zip Bob, but Shadow Poison
Shadow
gonna
Poison.
kill.
Dude, that's so much damage.
It does a lot of damage. Is he level 7 yet? Yeah, he is.
Well, he hasn't put that point in. There he goes. Now he has the 1,000 damage. 1,000 damage over like 10,000 seconds if you just like become the stack lord. But
that also buys TA her Midas, so let the farm commence. Let the treads and the blink dagger come forth, and let space be created by a Bat Rider who almost has a blink. So not the best, but sitting at 4-0. Even only has 30 last.
He's the easiest lane of his life, man. He's got a bottle and tranquil, so he has all the regen he could ever want, and I don't see him dying before this blink really comes up here. He just needs a little bit more, and he'll have it. And well, coming back to the Shadow Demon, he's really most effective when whatever lane you roam to has a hero in it, a core hero that can help you disable and kill, or at least like put forth some damage. And everywhere he goes, he has help. I mean, Slark has Pounce, Bat Rider has Napalm and just Firefly damage. TA is probably the worst hero to help.
It still sets up a Meld Strike and a Trap.
And now that she has level 6, she has traps to help out too. So,
well, the other thing is, so a Trap will give you a 50% slow if you just leave it for a bit, which is the duration of a disruption. At 50% slow, just think about Gale. Gale is a 50% slow. You basically get a Gale to follow up from disruption, not to mention a guaranteed Meld Strike with an offensive refraction. So it actually, like, if TA is the worst, you're having a great time.
Yep. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, like, it's 3 sustainable cores that can all contribute to a roam. It's a pretty ridiculous combination and a very, very, very nice draft. Played very well so far by Union, who
what do you think about Ifrit's decision to go Quaswex? Speaking of which, he's trying to go on Bat Rider. He throws out the EMP first and the Tornado. Has a Cold Snap, but Angel has the Firefly. Viper Strike's going to be there. God, you are at minimum move speed, friend.
Man,
and Jericho couldn't be there for the defensive disruption.
Yeah. Well, that delays Blink, actually. That's a pretty nice kill for them. I said I didn't think it would happen, but then it happened. Jericho.
I mean, right clicks are really good.
Jericho. Oh, that TP reaction.
Demonic Purge and the defensive disruption actually stays him. The TPs are coming in. He's going to die at the tower. No, he's not. He's got 1 second Shadow Poison in the bottle, going to be helping him out. TA comes, and she Midases for value and to not be flamed by the casters, and they're just going to back off.
Value. So yeah, well, Batrider goes down. He'll come back and try to finish this Blink, 150 gold away, so a slight delay for him. In the top lane, Wraith King getting a little bit of experience up here as well, and this lane to himself can have his level 6 here very soon if he can just chill out a little bit longer. Looks like Naga is heading that way, and pinged him out, so there might be a TP reaction, but he's going to be level 6 after this range creep. If he stays in experience range, okay, yeah, he got it. Don't worry.
He levels up stats instead. He's like, oh no.
Naga, what are you doing? Well, this Naga's level 6 too. They can have a level 6 battle, but...
Hey, I used to be a carry too.
Yeah. Poor guys. But anyway, we see a couple... Well, the Viper's coming top of the haste rune, but
yeah,
this Wraith
Viper
King is level 6, so I don't know
They
about
can't
this.
kill him. But they need to be active on the map. That's a crappy thing. But they can't really kill any of them. Batrider can disable. Wraith King has his ultimate.
Nice.
Shadow Demon's fine.
Dude, I mean, chill out, Wraith King. It's fine.
Whatever.
Oh, that's a
There's a Demonic Purge on the Masaku. There's going to be a pounce from Benyaz in the Dark Patch just for show. But now, Moonlight Shadow has to be used defensively. Cloister is there.
Get me out of here.
There's going to be a... Angel's going to buy a Blink now. So they're going to take this tower for sure, or get a pick off or both. And this is the crappy thing, is that UG has come out of their lane so far ahead where I don't really think they should have. And now Revenge is a team that has to make space on the map.
Blink Lasso onto the Viper, going to kill him off immediately. Yes, he does get killed by the TA. And now trying to chase down Invoker, throws an EMP out, actually takes out all of Batrider's mana, so no more Napalm.
Takes all the mana for himself, buys himself a Tornado, but Dust is going to be used. Song is going to be used from Masaku, though. Going to be buying him the space and time. And Arrow coming up. Oh, but they missed.
Well, that's a...
Well, there's a TA trap, and Siderall, you have Refraction. You're invincible, trust me. I know. But anyway, you get stunned up, and Masaku, he's going to be going down, surrounded by 4 heroes. And now they're being chased under the cover of their Tier 2 tower. Jericho taking a lot of tower damage, though. Looks like they're just going to back off. They do have a catapult with this next wave, so they... Well, there's a TP in. There's a ping onto Siderall. He's going to get Viper struck. Poison attack. Already taken out his Refraction. There's going to be a Tornado. Followed by an EMP. And there are 2 Sentry Wards committed to this. Siderall, you're going to go down. You're not going to be able to buy your drums as well. Telekinesis back to the low ground. But no, he actually pulled up Refraction at the last second. Get some damage done. Benyaz, he's going to be using the Shadow Dance to be trying to buy himself some time. But Viper Strike is off cooldown again. Or no, he never used it in the first place. But still... They pick off the TA for being a little bit greedy, and it's all heroes mid. No towers gone, and 1 for 1, I think.
Mirana finds 550 gold for ending a dominating streak, so that's a nice little bit for her. She hasn't been finding the most farm in the world, but that 550 gold will go a long way. She finishes up a wand, and she's pretty close to her drums as well now, buying up a lot of items there with that streak gold. So gotta feel pretty good about that, but they're still down 14-6 in kills. Gold lead about 5k, and XP lead a little over 7.5k, both for Union Gaming. So they're still ahead after losing the Templar Assassin. But
what do you think about Slark's Scotty rush here?
I think that it's probably fine. Shadowblade's pretty good, but they have a Batrider already, so they have a pick-off master already. And let's see, man, they have the Shadow Demon.
Well, it's not even the Shadow Blade. It's like if you Shadow Blade during a fight, it's basically like being able to use your ultimate because they can't see you, and so you get all the regen just from the Shadow Dance passive.
It's good, but I mean, if he can get this in a decent bit of time, then it's going to be fine.
I guess it's a lot harder to kill him for sure.
Yeah, the tankiness would certainly help out. I mean, he doesn't have the biggest health pool. Oh, disruption.
Disruption on the
Masaku. Where's the deep? Moonlight Shadow.
Man, that cell is broken. Satyr comes out just to throw a blast and say hi. But never mind, there's Firefly everywhere. They're going to be re-engaging here. There's a Tornado onto 2. EMP takes away all of the mana of 2's. Purge is going to be onto Kappa's, or onto the Viper. And he's going to be dying as well. He even pops the mech. Shows off that he has it, I guess. But Cloister, he's going to get dived here. TA has Refraction in 10 seconds. She doesn't want to take the tower damage, but Benyaz, he's taking the tower damage, but Flame Break going to be stolen. Cloister's just buying himself some time before he dies. So...
Yep,
Arrow to fly. Oh, it hits Benyaz. He's going to be going down here. No, maybe not. They're not going to be trying to pursue this. Just some right clicks, but Siderall, he's going to be zoning. He doesn't have a trap just yet. And are they going to be able to catch him? These fights are so awkward. Like,
I mean, Union Gaming just has what I would call scrappier heroes. So these type of fights, Arrow does
Well,
actually hit on Cinderals.
Oh, defensive disruption is going to buy him the time, though. He should still go down, though. And he doesn't have his ultimate. Level 1 ultimate. Viper going to be able to take that kill there. And still, lots of heroes mid. Invoker throwing out the tornado, but masterfully dodged by Jericho with his 385 move speed. Thank you, Tranquil Boots. Thank you, Ice Frog.
No glyph, so tower goes down uncontested after that kill on the Wraith King. So nice little win for them there. Help them get back in. That tower gold, much needed for them. So it'll help out those heroes that have had a bit of a slower start. And, well, they're marching towards the tier 2. And Unigame is kind of all over the place right now. So more damage than I would have expected coming down onto it, but I don't think they'll get it. But where's the response?
I mean,
here they come.
There it is.
Here they come.
It's a TA trap. They have a song, though, so that's the thing, is they knew that they could 5-man the tower, because unless Masaku gets lassoed, which he probably won't, they can always just song out.
Their counter initiates ridiculous. Between Moonlight Shadow, Tornado, and Song, they can pretty much get themselves out of any fight they want to if those cooldowns are off. So,
especially because most of the heroes, I think Templar Assassin's really the only hero that you could consider BKB a core on in this lineup. Slark can, Batrider as well, kind of wants to build it after a few, but still, I mean, the Song of the Siren's going to be really powerful until those come out.
Yeah, certainly. And let's check on the Naga Siren's level. Only level 6, so the Song's not going to come out.
Oh, there's
that
a smoke
often.
up. Angel is smoked as well as both the supports. Binyaz is there. There's going to be a pick-off, going to be onto Viper. But Song, just like we had mentioned, Moonlight Shadow as well. Goodbye.
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, I disappeared for a second there.
I mean, so did Angel. They all went and took a nap.
Oh, well,
they had to.
Good nap.
Yep. So that's going to be the reason why Naga Siren was so well. Actually, let's hold that thought. There's going to be a fight. Cold Snap onto Wraith King. He does have his ultimate, so this really doesn't give a hoot right now. Stuns Masaku. There's going to be a flame break, but Angel's going to be telekinesis. There's a tornado that hits literally nobody, but TA going to be going on to Rubik. He's going to be able to get away. Masaku is going to be using mirror image as well, but now Viper's in trouble, has a lot of poison stacks, and Pounce is going to be able to clean him up, and Masaku is going to be just using Riptide, but there's so many illusions, they don't know which one to hit. Now they do, and now she's going to go down, but Ifrit, he's trying to right-click the TA, but she does have a drum charge. She has wand charges, and she didn't switch to strength head, so she ultimately goes down. Cloister able to get that kill. Jericho going to be able to get a kill as well on the backside of the fight. Mirana and Invoker trying to chase away Jericho, and Arrow's going to be missing. He uses an earn charge on himself, but Binyaz and Wraith King, they're going to be going for the tower. They're doing objective gaming as the Shadow Demon does go down, but tier 1 tower.
So they spend 3 heroes and a reincarnate to grab that, and with the tower, come out.
They got 3 heroes though.
Yeah. Oh,
they traded 3 for 3.
Okay.
So they basically traded Wraith King for a tower.
Yep, and that's probably fine for the most part. I mean, that's an important tower. Now the jungle is pretty much completely open to them to just invade and be really, really obnoxious with the tier 1 safe and mid gone. So really nice tower for them to grab. Probably threw away a little more than they wanted to do it, but they were able to grab a fight under objective without Song up. So a good timing for them to try and take that fight.
Yeah, and TA is going to be going for a BKB first, as she's already picked up her Ogre Club. But this is the other thing about Naga Siren, is she's really, well, actually, oh, goodbye, Wraith King.
He's dead.
Sometimes you just got to farm their jungle. But anyway, the biggest reason why Naga Siren was picked up as a support so much during TI3
Slark,
is
don't die, Slark. You're so close.
Wait, really?
Scotty.
You just saw your friend die.
Buy your Scotty. Buy your Scotty. Please.
Buy your Scotty.
Please.
Go to the side shop and buy it right now.
Benjaz, just buy your ultimate orb.
Just quick buy, come on.
Benjaz, please. Please. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, yeah.
This is why you put it on a button, so like, I hear a money sound and I just hit N, and then I buy my item. But anyway.
Buy your ultimate orb, idiot! Oh my goodness.
For the last time.
Yeah, well, they're gonna get a tower out of that too. That chase conveniently ended at this tier 1 tower. Like, oh, alright, we'll get that.
If you Song and you have a BKB hero, you pop Song as soon as they have a BKB and it isolates them from their team. This is really effective against heroes like Sven, Gyrocopter, Luna, etc. And then on top of that, Ensnare goes through BKB. Jericho, you're going to be going down. Yeah, there's not a whole lot to say about that. Wraith King as well. They can't really defend that tower just with their supports. That's a 5-man. Like, you need more help.
Yep,
They're going to be diving past the tower.
These heroes are all
He's
pretty
been
low.
taking tower damage for days. There's a song, but it's a bit late. They're going to be losing their Invoker. There's a buyback from the Wraith King as well, and they're just going to song TP out.
Nope, not giving time. He's going to give chase, though. You can actually catch these heroes out there. I'm Moonlit Shadowed, but not for too terribly long, but they'll make it out, it seems like. So they defend that tower, but, I mean, Union Gaming, they got that like really nice lead, but then since then, they've kind of been letting heroes get picked off in weird spots for no particular reason, and that's been hurting them a bit, but Slark, one day he'll get this Scotty and actually buy the ultimate orb, but... Oh, arrow?
Oh my gosh, they sniffed this out. The arrow's going to be there, but dire side TA advantage with the Meld Strike. Going to be really easy to take this Roche, especially with the Vampiric Aura.
With the Invoker down, he could TP.
Well, their song is down. That's why they decided to go for this.
Yeah, there's no tier 1 to go to for Invoker, so not even a possibility of Tornado for a while here. Another arrow going to come in. Zindral's just taking arrows in the face and getting pretty damn low, actually.
He's also bashed by Roche. Guy's having a bad time. Attempted to be stolen with the Riptide, but not going to be used. But now Angel, he had blinked in. He has a lasso, but he gets immediately telekinesis and snare. Defensive disruption going to be buying some time. But Masaku, now he gets purged. He gets Wraithfire blasted, and he's going to be going down. EMP Tornado going to be just pops.
He just ate it. He just ate it. He could have run away, but he was like,
anyway,
no.
there's gonna be a lasso. Going to be able to clean up Mirana, but now there's a TA slow. Going to be on the Iowa. Iowa, Jesus Christ, on a Viper. Jericho going to be able to disrupt. Soulcatcher has a lot of Shadow Poison, but Rubik going to be going down to the Pounce in the meantime. Flamer, we're going to be knocking Viper back, and, well, you should go down. I mean, if you just decide to go kill him.
They got him. He's just pretty tanky. Takes a while to kill. Tornado going to fly through EMP as well. Benjas doesn't care that much. He just heals right back up with his ult, so... Well...
Has he bought his Scotty yet? Yes, he has.
Thank God. The dream is real, but... So he'll finally have that item in 23 minutes. Scotty, not too bad after going for those treads, so gotta be pretty happy with himself for that. He can go back for the Shadow Blade now, or just go for some hardcore damage potentially if he doesn't want to go for the Shadow Blade. But like you said, it has really good utility in this hero, but he also could go for something just like a Basher or just go straight Abyssal after this too. I don't know, he's got options.
Yeah, I think something like maybe a... Well, the biggest thing about Slark is just that his stats are just so bad that going for something like a Basher is just pretty useless until you have a lot of attack speed. And he has a decent amount of attack speed now, just with the stats from the Scotty as well as having the power treads. But I think he needs a little bit more, maybe even like something like a casual Yasha even, or a Sanjin Yasha.
SNY is good, Butterfly.
Even a Butterfly as well, before he goes for something like a Basher. You could go straight Butterfly if you want to really build for late game. By the way, Moonlight Shadow is used to go top.
Yes, his ult, but not the best time to be using it, and his team's not really here to back him up. Arrow's gonna come through, but Zindral's is...
Stack all the stuns.
Dead. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He just dead. He dead hero. But he really wants it level 11 very, very badly. Still just sitting on level 9.
Yeah.
And,
TA has the BKB though, but I think that's actually going to do more harm than good for the aforementioned reason that Masaku is just... He's just going to save Song for when TA pops the BKB now they know that he has it, so...
Oh, and they're finishing around this tier 2 middle tower. Skeleton King will be back soon, but with no reincarnate, so his main teamfight utility will be gone. This tower's already pretty low. They throw up the glyph. Let's see, Batrider can find someone with a good lasso here.
Yeah, he's going to be going for Mirana, but Song of the Siren's there.
EMP does nothing because of it, but does cancel out the lasso, and they're just going to TP out.
Yeah, they also saw that Benyaz had a DD, so they didn't want to have anything to do with that. On a side note, Benyaz, he's also going to go straight for a BKB, unless this is the makings of a Sanjin Yasha, which is going to be good. So now when TA pops her BKB, like when they both pop their BKBs, they can't just rely on Nagasong to be saving them in the fight. So tower is in deny range whenever they notice. All right, but
That's fine. Baited.
The other smart thing as well is that Batrider did pick up a gem, and normally Bat is thought of as one of the best dewarding heroes just because you get so much vision with Firefly and you build so much mobility just with Blink and Force Staff and sometimes Dual Scepter as well. You're pretty hard to kill. But he went ahead and gave it to Benyaz just because he's going to be able to see where all the wards are because of his passive, so he can instantly deward as well with Pounce.
Yep, pretty much. And, well... Seeing how things shake out, take a quick look at the net worth charts and graphs. TA pretty well ahead. XP lead, 12,000 for Union Gaming. Feels like it would be a little bit less than that with how some of these recent fights have gone. And Gold in their favor, but not quite as much. And Revenge's team fight, you pointed out, I mean, Quaswex Invoker, Naga Siren, on top of that, they're just kind of hard to really fight into. And Unigaming got all the tier 1s, but then past that, the fights have stiffened up a lot, and it's harder for them to get that much more done. They'll want this next Aegis pretty badly, because the last big team fight win for them was the one with the Aegis middle.
Well, basically, I think with the... Like, once Bat gets a BKB, which I think he should be building into, he doesn't have any parts of it, but I anticipate that would be next, is he can just make sure he lassos Moscow every fight. And then he doesn't have to worry about the Tornado EMP. By the way, speaking of Moscow, goodbye.
Oh,
well, never mind, actually.
Riptide's
Riptide's really good.
Nice
You have 9 armor. You're quite tanky. Tornado EMP going to be flying out as well, and shows off that Wraith King now has the Blink Dagger. I don't know how much of a big of a deal that is, but it's something. So they avoid it, and they actually go for a very quick counter smoke now that they know exactly where they are. And let's see, Benyaz, he's about to be surrounded by 5 heroes.
He does have his ultimate ready, so I think
Gem feed incoming, okay. Maybe. There's a disruption on the Viper. TA Trap is there. She sets up for the meld, hits it immediately. But Lasso going to be in the backside, going to be aiming for Moscow, even though he doesn't have his ultimate. And TA gets the kill. Benyaz, he's going to be going for Mirana. He's going to be able to get it. Moonlight Shadow's going to be used, but they have the gem. They're going to be able to see these heroes instantly. And Shadow Poison going to be able to get him, especially with the negative burn charge in the backside of the fight. Ciderall, he's going to be going for all of them, but not going to be able to get any of them.
Flame Break nearly killing the Viper off, but not with the stun.
Oh, but the blink. You don't have your ult, friend. Wraithfire Blast is there. They're all just so slow, but they can't do anything. So not going to dive past the tower. Objective Gaming, just take the tower.
All I know is right at the start of that fight, Mirana fired an arrow at, I don't remember who she was firing at initially, but it was near where the disruption happened. And Slark just pounced and took the arrow for his teammate. Probably not intentionally, but he just jumped in the way of it, took the bullet for his friend, and, well, they win the fight. So clearly that was why that's why the fight went that way. 100%. Definitely not.
Literally the most important thing that you could have mentioned.
They got points for heroism, man. That was a selfless play.
It's really convenient.
He does have a lot of health. He can afford to take an arrow.
He has Dark Pact. He can just be like, "Oop, I don't want to be stunned anymore. Let me hit Q."
What a hero. But yeah, if he's going towards that S and Y, I mean, he's got 1.7k on top of his tornado. Not on top of his tornado, I meant on top of his Ogre Club. There's just a tornado that distracted me. But
sometimes you gotta throw a tornado to farm creeps and steal it from your teammates.
Yeah, man. No, that's what you gotta do sometimes. But yeah, so whatever his next item is, he'll be getting decently towards it. BKB seems like it will be the choice, but
yeah, I really
not 100% sure. Oh, we need a Sec V, so we're gonna have one of those.
It's funniest whenever you type sex on accident.
Sex.
I know it's like something you would see on reddit.com/r/I'm 14 and this is funny, but I mean, you're just like, sex please, and you're like, oh, damn it.
A man can dream.
A man can dream. So let's talk about items for a little bit more. Batrider is going a little bit greedy here, I would say, as he's picked up an ultimate orb. I think this could be for a Lincoln Sphere, but I kind of think it's for a Scythe of Ice.
I would reckon Scythe of Ice. Lincoln's doesn't really block anything this game other than like Viper
It blocks
Strike.
Ensnare and it blocks Viper Strike, both of which go through BKB, plus the counter initiation, like all the counter initiation besides Tornado and Arrow is all single target, so that's good. But I think he needs a BKB just so that Naga Siren, like when all the songs, when all the cores from UG have BKBs, the Naga Siren song can't be super relied upon. And I think that's what's gonna be important, but I think this is gonna be a Scythe of Ice because no one else is going to get it really in time for it to be relevant. But that does, in turn, make him kind of vulnerable, in my opinion. And also, Invoker, he's going to be doing the same thing, going for control. He already picked up a Force Staff, which is a little bit more passive. You kind of use that for repositioning in a fight, and it's thought of as more defensive as opposed to an item like an Orca Malevolence, which is what we usually see on a Quaswex Invoker.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And, well, yeah, I'm liking the idea of a Scythe of Eyes on this Batrider personally. I don't know. I just love that item. More lockdown on Naga to try and take her out before she gets a song off when she starts getting a little bit tankier. Something they certainly would want, and really no other natural Scythe carrier on the team unless you get one on, like, I mean, I guess you could get one on Slark potentially, but not really an item you want to go for on him, so, especially when you use your carry, but Slark's gone Blink.
Yeah, we see Loda do this a lot, actually. It's... So you know how, like, with Shadow Fiend, people are like, well, do I go Blink or do I go Shadow Blade? And most people would just always go Shadow Blade because it was the same mana cost and it gave you attack speed and damage and gave you, like, repositioning. But a Blink actually pretty much serves a similar purpose for a Shadow Blade on Slark as well. It helps you position your pounces. Watch this. He's going to be going pounce as well. Never mind, he's not going to use this Blink at all, but it's going to help him chase. Viper should go down here, but there's a telekinesis. There's the arrow as well. The Song of the Siren comes in. They're going to be able to TP out, but never mind. Citadel shows off his BKB. Going to be able to hit Cloister, shows off the Deso as well. And Naga Siren's able to get away, but Slark, he has the Blink. Use the Blink, please.
No, buy an item and then don't use it. It's fine. Oh my god, that damage.
Alright, well, basically, you can reposition yourself really well. You can pop out of the fight and regen all of your health very quickly, and it's a no mana cost item, so it's great.
Yeah. Viper ruined your point there early on because he hit the Slark with a poison a lot, and he just couldn't blink ever. Oh, Blasto onto the Naga Siren. Is there a stun to follow up here? Yes, there should be. Yes, there it is. And Slark finds the kill with the Dark Pact damage.
This is really smart also from Angel. It's like he just has this reflex in his head where he's thinking, all right, as soon as Naga Siren sings, I have a minute to go kill her. And he just hunts her. And he's done it like 3 times already, and it's worked out very well. So I think that's helping him a lot. It's turning it that, if not into favorable team fights, that Revenge is going to have to take without Song, it turns it into towers as well, which are going to melt a lot more since TA is going for the Deso. Now, she's also going for a Daedalus, so she's going to be hitting very, very hard with Slark and Bat on the front lines.
Yep, and Wraith King waiting on the cliff looking for the Ultra Pounce, and he finds it. What a stun. What a player.
So there's a Blink stun. Deafening Blast is there to disarm them, but, I mean, they got the tower. It wasn't even denied, so...
Doesn't matter, got tower.
Whatever. They're just going to wait for Roche now because TA can keep a trap in there. With Meld and Desolator, she can kill it on her own, essentially, and, I mean... I think UG is in an incredible spot right now.
It's about a minute till Roche is up, if I'm reading this timer correctly, and I hope that I am. A little bit less than a minute now, but pretty soon upcoming. So yeah, they will look to grab that, and well, really, really strong snowball heroes on the side of Union Gaming, and you could probably say they're snowballing.
This is so
right now.
smart. They know that Roche is coming up soon, so they smoke and go towards it. And TA, she activated a haste, but she gets blown up instantly, and Naga Siren gets 737 gold. So, and Rubik gets the seal side traps. So this is the coolest thing also about Rubik with side traps, is the side traps just stay, even after you die. Visage Familiars, they die whenever you die, even if you steal another spell, but now they're going to get a lot of map control with this, and until they run around with that gem, of course.
Well, Trinity actually just catches these 3 heroes on the high ground, but nothing
hello.
else to do about that, but now they know they're there. Grab the tower pretty much for free after killing that TA, so gotta feel pretty good about that. Naga Siren, the goal to help her get whatever she's working towards.
Probably a halberd, I think. She's picked up a casual brazier, so maybe drums, but normally what we would see from support Naga Sirens about a year ago was it was core to just go like Vlad's halberd. Basically, the
go
Vlad...
for like a diffusal blade or something this game to try.
I don't think those carry items are that great.
I mean, it's not necessarily for being a carry, just to have that ability, but I don't know. They already have a lot of slow, so maybe they don't need to go for that. But she has a lot of options, not really any sort of one item she has to get.
I think the only reason you would go Diffusal on a support is not for the slow, but just to purge off hexes. The same way that you would go Diffusal on Chen or Venomancer or something, like Puppy would always do super late in the game. But there's no hex on the side of UG right now, so I think if you get a halberd to disarm the TA or the Binyaz, then I think that would be a little bit better. I think Vlad's an incredibly underrated item as well. It also makes Naga Siren herself very tanky and hard to bring down, so she can kind of be in the front lines in the fights. So, I don't know.
Well, Roche is up. TA's taking it extraordinarily fast, like you said. Trainer just don't really know. Wasn't he named at the pit, really? Arrow will found Citadel, but I mean, she doesn't really care that much. Benjaz picks up the Aegis of the Immortal, so feeling pretty good about himself. He's headed towards mid, and, well, they have a tier 2 top left to take, or basically high ground other than that, so we'll just see where they do want to go for first as we see another pause. Pause City, USA.
So speaking of another pause, Slark could buy his BKB if he wants it. I think he's probably going to go for... I don't know why he would be saving for buyout right now. I think the BKB is going to do a lot more in the fight. Wraith King, he's actually going to be going for a Yule Scepter here. So, what do you think this Yule Scepter is for, besides just move speed and mana regen?
I don't know, probably both those things. I mean, just having a higher mana pool against Invoker is really nice. He didn't go for Arcane Boots, so he doesn't have a really natural way to boost his mana a ton. Because right now, Shadow Demon's gone Tranquils. I mean, let's see.
I kind of feel like it's got to be for some sort of counter initiation.
I mean, there's just no Arcane Boots. He just wants to make sure he has mana for if he gets EMP'd, pretty much, and then regen some of his mana. So, I don't know. That's pretty much most of the reason. Move speed certainly helps get out of the EMP as well, and lifting... I mean, they have plenty of disables, I guess, but one more way to cancel TP is never the worst thing in the world, so I don't know. We'll see how useful it is.
I would imagine Yule's just being core for revenge just because whenever Benyaz hits someone, you can just Yule's yourself or Yule's him. Because you can't force staff out of the pounce leash. I don't know.
They're just really for harder disable on the Invoker with the Scythe. Yule's is just kind of... Oh, Courier? Courier? Oh. Goodbye, Song. But, well, worth? Not really worth.
No, not worth. I mean, I guess you trade a support for a Courier, but... So I guess Benyaz has to go home for his BKB, but whatever. I mean, they have a long time to sit on this Aegis as well, and this is kind of one of those things we kind of see has been popular, I guess, in 2014, is people don't necessarily think, okay, well, we have an Aegis, let's take a fight. They know that Revenge isn't going to want to engage into an Aegis, so they just use that advantage and that intimidation to take map control and get more out of the map, which I think personally is just better. It leads to more items later, which help you take better fights later, and it's all just an investment, really.
Yep. Scythe Ice is done on Invoker now, so a nice big item for him, a little bit more lockdown in these fights. Certainly a good item against a TA, not so much against the Sark, potentially, but well, we'll have to see how that pans out. And they're pressuring middle just a bit here, not really showing a desire to go in too hard quite yet, but we'll see what they do in the next creep wave. They still do have that Aegis for about 4 minutes, so they got plenty of time to work with. Well, they seem like they want to go middle instead of taking that easier tower top. Fortify actually forced on the Dire side. There's a ton of range creeps in the catapult up top, so that they'll have to actually go deal with that if they don't want to lose that tower, but they're focused on mid right now. Oh,
yep, they're going to be focused on mid. Cloister, you gets blown up immediately, and Ifrit, he's going to be blown up as well. Oh my gosh, TA does so much damage, and there's going to be the stun on the Cloister. Moonlight Shadow is being used in the shadow of their own base. And, well, hey guys, there's a tower here. Let's go ahead and hit that. Yule's was used. I'm not sure exactly who it was used on, but... Yeah, I wait for creeps, and... Was there a buyback? Is there a buyback?
I don't think Cloister actually died. I think that was the only hero that... Invoker was the only hero who died there. But, well, snare, but there's a blink in. And Masoku getting caught out a little bit here, and he'll go down. He just bought back too, so he's down for 40 seconds as a support. I mean, no, he didn't. I thought he did.
Yeah, he just bought back. You were talking about that in the future. Don't worry.
Oh wow, okay, I'm good at this. But Song will now be popped.
Catches 4. But I mean, but what big teamfight ultimate did they have? Like,
they don't have anything. They don't have a EMP follow right now.
There's an arrow, I guess, but Benyaz, he has an Aegis. He doesn't really care. He's going to be popped right now. Citadel, he's going to be going on to Moscow. Well, Moscow gets away, but 759, he gets crit. And Rubik, he's being gone on as well from the Wraith King. He does have his ultimate as well, so double Aegis now. Cloister going to be blown up for
Look
PA.
how slow they are.
Oh, they're all really slow. Melstrike going to be able to kill Viper as well. He gets pounced as well. Oh, well, never mind. Benyaz. Oh my god, he's taking damage. Defensive Disruption saves him. He has literally no HP. 60 HP. All right, that's a little bit more. But there's going to be a buyback now from Viper. And they're going to back off. Tower saved.
Yep, a lot of buybacks spent there, and Jericho will actually purge, but immediate Ghost Walk, so Invoker doesn't really
It is a Lincoln from bat.
Alright, so he has gone for that, and
I like it just because all of the disable besides Tornado is single target. And Tornado and Arrow are the only things now that can disable him, besides Song, of course. So, plus now since Slark has the BKB, that's enough people having BKBs that they need to worry about TA and Slark instead of him whenever they have their BKBs popped. So I don't think he really needs one.
Yeah. If the camera just went crazy, I'm sorry, my Dota minimized for literally no reason, so my apologies, but it's back. I'm sorry. But yeah. I'd like to see Batrider still go for a Scythe at some point here. They just need a way to just, I don't know, finish these heroes off and keep them locked down. They're not quite able to find it. Even with that Wraith King slow hitting 4 heroes in that fight, and even with TA's damage, they're just not able to finish all of them. But there were 2 buybacks, so we have to give them some credit for that. But
well, TA is going to have a data list soon, so a lot of the heroes that got away with a little bit of HP won't in the next fight. Slark now has a BKB, so he's got a little bit more sustainability and damage. And then, Wraith King, he's going to be going for, it looks like, a BKB of his own, unless this is, of course, a halberd, but I think they don't really need a halberd unless they want to force an MKB out of someone. So I think the items are really just coming online a lot more fluidly for UG. I think they're, like, Revenge is kind of forced to making defensive item choices. Like, I have to go Force Staff on Invoker, and then I have to go Sheepstick
so
instead
you're getting Soul Catcher to Indisrupted up here. Oh,
Mirin just to dodge the stun. He's going to try to deny himself to Roche, but he gets purged. 50-second cooldown, totally fine.
Yep,
but
he's
yeah,
down for
Invoker.
40 seconds. Oh, EMP. A little bit of mana loss, but I mean, she has drums, so not too upset with that. She has that Daedalus done, by the way, so a lot of deeps coming from her. And also, this is a Slark who hadn't built any damage up until pretty much now, because he went two kind of defensive items with the Scotty, if you count that, and then a Blink Dagger, so probably going to get an Abyssal now and finally add on some damage. And Rubik denies the mid tower, so Naked Rex.
I mean, he knows it's going to go down, so.
Without Song, not really an easy way to take this, but they are clumping up for a pretty nice EMP Tornado, I will admit.
Speaking of which, there it goes, but now there's a Blink Lasso, there's no Song. Oh my god, 2 hits, and now there's a Pounce as well. And Mirana, she pops the Mantis out, she's trying to get this, but they just know they can just take the Rex, there's no Glyph.
Yep, and well, Naga's alive now with the Song, but it doesn't matter. Melee Rex already destroyed. Might try and catch him on the retreat here. That's the longest snare of my
but Lincoln's that item you hate. Now there's a counter initiative with the Blink, the stun, but TA, she has a BKB. She can just get this. Is that a Ghost Scepter? Oh my god, Viper actually had to build a Ghost Scepter? That's how you know you're behind.
Yeah, well, I mean, what else does he even build? That's the problem with Viper. It's like after Ags, it's just
MKB.
What do I do now? It's
AC.
No, like it doesn't even help that much. He just doesn't. I don't know. He doesn't bring anything after Ags really, and in my opinion, other than Viper Strike. But they lose the mid racks. That hurts. And yeah, Union Gaming ahead by a lot of kills. Math is 22. There we go. So they're feeling pretty good about themselves having taken out that first melee racks. If they can get the second one, I mean, the late game potential of Revenge is decent. It's Naga can eventually transition, but that's a long time away. I mean, they'll probably lose the second round.
Okay, this is a Naga Siren that's sitting on Mana Boots Stick Bracer.
Yeah, I said potential. I didn't say she was.
She's 1 in 13.
She has died a lot in support Naga. Yeah, this is. I mean, it's just. It feels like it was kind of like an audible for them. They didn't. This wasn't their plan because most people don't plan on support Naga when they pick it second. But
audible. I said lateral. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. I said lateral during the draft.
Both kind of
were
wrong. The crits, 600 damage crits there. Stolen right there.
Fire Blast is there, EMP as well, but Sidorod just pops the BKB right away. There's a lasso. Well, goodbye, friend. Rubik's going to TP out, but Flamebreak going to cancel it. God, the damage from this dual core lineup is just insane. TA is 15 and 3. Can buy an Eagle Song as well, and I just don't. 41 to 16. I don't see Revenge coming back.
Yeah, and kudos to this TA. I mean, obviously, kill score. You look at that and you're like, oh man, she played pretty damn well. But like, she had a mid Viper matchup, managed to survive it. I mean, she had some help from supports, but not a ton. They were mostly spending time top and bottom, and she did just fine and found herself a way to this place right now. So definitely my MVP for the game so far. That and the Shadow Demon was all over the place in the early game, just kind of dictating the pace. And they just played the early game so phenomenally well. Snowball Heroes following up on that, and well, they're looking at a second set of racks here.
Yeah, absolutely, and I don't think this can really be contested. Like, yeah, they have Song, but whatever. Also, Wraith King now has the Halberd, so not only does he have the evasion, but he's going to be able to disarm the only right-click threat, which is Mirana. So now they lose a man fight, and they're going to lose their racks, and they're going to lose the game.
Yep, pretty much, and well, they lose the melee racks. They don't bother sticking around for the ranged one, but they don't care too much about that. But Bad Rider looking for initiation. Will just blinks right into the tornado and get EMP'd as well. He's like, well, I'm just going to leave now. But Benjaz, he's all about initiating still. He uses the blink, but Song?
He's like, you ruined my Ghost Scepter duration.
He's got another pounce here when he comes out of this. Might just go for the big dives, but nope. Gonna clean up the range racks, and they could go for mid, they could go for top, but they're just gonna go fight and get kills instead. Why the hell not? TA dishing out the damage. Ghost Scepter from Viper's like, oh god, get me out of here. Wraith King will go down. Reincarnate pop between Miranda. God damn it.
Well, TA's pretty much dead. She gets defensively disrupted, though. That's going to buy a lot of time. And the Moldier charge is on Viper, but it doesn't matter. Citadel is wicked sick, and they're going to be farming their base now. So
it's a pretty good time to GG, but Tornado doesn't really matter. Cloister going to get crit. Nope, more Ghost Scepters. Lift, not really going to do. Oh, Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Oh. That's all I gotta say. Just nothing really too tactical.
I mean,
they
lost, so
yeah, it's kind of just a game now. And Shadow Poison.
It's interesting how this is like perceived in different cultures, because I know that like
there's a G.
Yeah, so I won't really discuss that, but we're gonna be going on to game 2. TA buys another Deso. She wanted to buy a third, but she couldn't.
needs more Desos, but yeah. Well,
wow, who is that said nope in all chat? Jesus.
The guy's got it's even worse because his font's just like his name is just ridiculously red. It's like but anyway, Union Gaming, they pick a really nice snowball lineup and just completely dominated the laning stage and carried it pretty much through the entire game. A couple of fights, Naga Siren turned around with Song and then EMP Tornado sort of things, but later on
it was just that every item that Revenge built had to be defensive. Like you went Sheep on Invoker instead of Ags. You went Force Staff on him instead of Orchid. You went Ghost Scepter on your mid. Like, yeah, and Molnir is a good item on Mirana, don't get me wrong, but it's pretty defensive, I would say.
It just wasn't enough. I mean, it's the item you usually get on her, but just the rest of their team wasn't there. I mean, Invoker being Quaswex instead of Quasexor takes away a lot of damage as well. So just no way to kill heroes in this game. But anyway, so Union Gaming
Blink, by the way. TA was the only one that didn't have a blink.
There you go. And normally she could have one. But anyway, Union Gaming take game 1 against Revenge, the Peruvian showdown here in joinDOTA League America. We'll be right back with game number 2 after a very brief break. So don't go anywhere. We can play some music, and then we'll be right back.